Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Chai with Ping. This is Ping, and thank you so much for being here with me till episode 60. It's been a great year, and I've decided that each 10 of the episodes that I will start doing my chai time, which is like I will have a chat with you guys, having my chai or what kind of tea, whatever it is that we can have a conversation. And before I start the topic, I would like to welcome you if you're a Mandarin listener or a Chinese reader. You're invited to a new Instagram account called chaiwithping CN. So recently I decided to separate two channels into two different accounts because before the episode 60, both of the accounts are merged into one Instagram account, but as our listeners grow, I feel like there's a need to actually separate two languages. So then in Chai with Ping, you will only see English content, and if you want to see Chinese and listen to Mandarin Chinese content, please do follow at Chai with Ping CN. CN is the initial of Chinese. So I also put a link down in the episode notes, so feel free to click it and follow me on Instagram. All right, and today I'm gonna talk about 5 tips on saving money. As an immigrant, I moved from Taiwan to India and to the US. I talked a little bit about my mindset and some of the principles I apply for saving money. It's not as practical as I want it to be, but I think some of the considerations will be practical enough for us to think about when we are planning our budget or financial management. So let's get started. Welcome to Chai with Ping. This is Ping Robert. In this podcast, I cover immigrant stories, cross-cultural experiences, and minority issues. Join me with a cup of chai and take a listen. So there are 5 tips, and I would like to summarize a little bit before I get started. The first one is to re-examine our mental state. I think there are some considerations that we can always think about when we're buying things. And the other one is before buying, what is our mindset? And number 3 is the quality and the price. What are we buying and what kind of quality or models we're looking for? I think that's very important when it comes to me shopping. Number 4 is about discount timings and occasions. And number 5 are some practical tips when it comes to saving money. All right. So number 1, I was writing this in Mandarin, in Chinese, but I hope that I can convey the idea more clearly over here. So re-examining the mental state. I think 2 years ago, when it was 2019, I was watching Netflix, and then I became more interested in minimalism. There were 2 guys on Netflix talking about how they practice minimalism, and then they had a tour around the US and talk about this mindset. And I think it's very important because they were challenging people to rethink what they put the values on. For example, do I put my value on the things that I own? Or is it hard for me to shed things? Are we owned by things or we own the things? And I think before I buy things or possess anything, that it changed my mindset to think about what is exactly the desire? Why do I want to shop? And is there any deeper meaning when it comes to shopping? Am I just shopping for satisfaction? Or am I shopping for a necessity? And I think that's something that I ask myself, and I encourage you to ask yourself as well. When we start buying things, is it really out of a need, or is it out of our desires? And also, there is something along the way when these years I have been moving around. I mentioned in Taiwan, in India, and in the US. And even in the US, we have moved 3 times already in the course of 4 years. So a lot of times when I move, I need to rethink about is this thing gonna last for the next move? And is it really necessary? When the things become so many, it is really troublesome for me to pack. And I have that firsthand experience. I used to have a very the size wise is a bigger kitchen, and until this in this house I realized that okay, I moved to this new house and then there's not enough cabinets, and then it's smaller. The size wise is very small from my previous kitchen, so how can I fit all the things in the kitchen with less space? Then I started to think about that. It's like I think one of the series on Netflix also kind of impacted my thinking is Marie Kondo. Like, are those things spark joy? I think it's not just about joy. It's also about like, do I actually use them? So when I look at different pots and pans and utensils, sometimes the utensil I might just even use it once a year. So do I really need them, or can I have a replacement with multifunctional tools? So then I started shedding and donating. And the good thing about here in the US is that it's very easy to donate things. I can just put it in a box or a bag, and then I can drop it in ARC or at Goodwill, or even Salvation Army, even though I don't think there are that many Salvation Armies here in Colorado. So donating is very easy, and I can also put a sign out just saying that things are for free. The furniture can be on the curbside or at the back of our alley, and usually things will be moved away. Like, people will pick up things, and I've done that so many times as well. When it's the moving season, I'll walk around our university area, and then a lot of people will put out free furniture, and even the chairs or the drawers or little tables, we have a lot of them at home which are for free and secondhand. So I think it's also kind of a culture that it's easier for me to get secondhand and free stuff over here, and then it's also easier for me to give away. Another thing is that I post on the community websites, for example, on Facebook Marketplace or Nextdoor app. Usually I take a picture saying, this is gonna be free, and then, you can pick it up or schedule with me. And a lot of neighbors or the online users will contact me and then get those things away. So I think these are some of the ways when I'm thinking about things, then I re-examine what is the attachment from my heart and to these things. And yeah, I already kind of talked about it. The other side of that mental layer is the time and the money. As we're making things at home, it is cheaper, it could be healthier. I mean, for sure, that's the food I'm talking about. But it's also very easy and convenient to just go out and eat at a restaurant. However, each meal for us is like about $20 if we're going to a real restaurant, not fast food. And then plus taxes and tips. So usually a meal outside in a decent restaurant will cost about $25 USD. So then, can I actually make it, or do I have enough time to make the food that will cost maybe a fraction of that $25? And so I think time is money, money is time. If I have enough money, I might buy some more time. For example, I might buy some gadgets for me to save some time in order to process my food faster, or, for example, like I would invest in a vacuum, which is more helpful for the floor cleaning instead of using the traditional broom and dustpan. So I think money and time, that's always something that I can I wait on it. It's like, if I have money, I might invest on the things that will save me time. But if I don't have money, then am I willing to spend more time to make the things or to get to the destination? For example, transportation wise, it is so much cheaper to take the bus or the light rail here in Denver, but it takes so much more time. Maybe I will drive about 25 minutes to get where I want to be. However, if I take the public transportation, it will take about an hour or an hour and a half. Do I have that kind of time? Can I do anything on the public transportation when I'm commuting? maybe, right? I can probably listen to podcasts, I can read a book, I can write down the notes that I'm juggling with. So just time and money, that is always in exchange. So that's also something that I consider before I invest my money in anything. Secondly, the mindset before buying. I think we talk about in general what my considerations are, but now I'm talking about before buying, what is my mindset? Can I get secondhand stuff or free stuff? I mean, they definitely take more time for me to find it online, and sometimes I may need to wait a lot more longer to get something. And so I think online shopping is so convenient. I can always find something and put it in the shopping cart and I don't have to buy it. And also I keep searching for secondhand stuff, and then sometimes there will be things on a very great price, and if the time matches and then like I can actually talk to the buyer online, then that's great. We've got so many secondhand things online, and for example my Instant Pot, even like the electrics, like Instant Pot or the cast iron pot, like in the sorry, I'm just more in the kitchen, so and then I don't have that much desire to get new clothes. Sorry, I can't really talk that much about clothes because I don't really buy it. But you will see. I will put a picture there. There is a little shelf like made of bamboo, and I saw it online. It was $25, but it was so big it doesn't fit our car. So I talked to the buyer. I'm like, you guys are moving and we're nearby. It's like 15 minutes away. But it doesn't fit our car. I really want to buy your rack. And then she was like, she after 2 days she got back to me. It's like, let me just drive the rack to you, and then let's have a deal. And to the same person, I really enjoy her style because her stuff are really pretty and also kind of vintage like. So I even got like a $5-10 earring rack, which is like my absolute favorite because it's in my bathroom and I have so many earrings on it. And then I just always remember this is secondhand, and probably I don't get to see it in the stores a lot. But like from someone else and pass it down, if I can use it, why not secondhand? And there are lots of things that are free. For example, I talked about, a walk around the neighborhood, curbside, there are a lot of things for free. And also, if you're a helpful person like me, a lot of times I help people to move when they're packing and all that. So that is also the time that when people are trying to get rid of things instead of collecting things, so they become very, very generous. I remember I went to my pastor's house when they were packing, and then we were just going through clothes and going through stuff, and then they kept saying like, if you need anything, you want anything, just take it. So I remember I took a snow jacket from them. I took like a cast iron pot and some other things. So it's just like, with a little extra effort, you actually get a lot of free stuff too. And the other thing before buying, I think it's just to wait. I already mentioned part one. It's like sometimes when we delay on a decision, it actually becomes a better decision. For me, it's like I delay to take that marshmallow. So there is like a famous experiment, like the marshmallow experiment, right? Do you want to wait a little bit and get 2 marshmallow, or do you want to just eat it now and you only get 1 marshmallow? So a lot of times I put the things in the shopping cart online, or I put in a note and then think about it. And so a lot of times I shop around online to see if the prices changed, or if there's any other models that I can consider. So I think holding on to that urge to make the decision immediately really helped me to save money. However, people will be like, wow, you're always so thrifty. I'm like, I am thrifty on, eating out, but I don't think I am always that thrifty. I do think there should be times that I can reward myself. For example, after the end of the quarter this year, I'm finally done with my coursework. So then I'm like, let me give myself something good. Like I can have some me time and treat myself something good. So then I look into a 3-in-1 waffle maker. I mean, there's nothing wrong with my previous waffle maker, but like it's just multi functions that kind of attract my attention. And then the waffle maker was not so expensive, and it was like what, $35. So I'm like, sure, I can go for that. And even if it's not on sale, I felt like that's the money that I can spend on myself and then make my life a little bit easier. So since then, I think every week we use that waffle maker to make sandwiches, waffles, pancakes, and even like a grilled cheese. So then I think with that kind of mindset, it's like, I deserve something great sometimes. So then as a gift, as a reward, something is worth investing into. Yeah, so that was it. And then the fourth point of this mindset I was thinking about is like being immigrant. We have more than one country to go. So I'm from Taiwan and my husband Louis is from India. So some of the things we can actually wait until we go to those countries to buy. So for example, I love oolong tea, and it's cheaper in Taiwan. Here it's pretty expensive, and then I don't really know the quality. So usually I wait until I go back to Taiwan to buy it. And some of the masala, the spices, or the clothes, like especially the Indian cotton clothes, they're great. So then I will wait until I go to India to buy it, or I ask my family to get it for me. Like I will ask Louis, is like, we need this spice, and then next time when you go, you can bring these home. So we always make a list before we go back home or go to another country, to think about if there's anything that we can actually purchase instead of in the US. So I think that's the benefit of us, because we move around and we always have a different place to go to. So the location or the market can be taken into consideration. All right, part 3, the quality and the prices. I think the price range is a lot of people are very sensitive about. Like a lot of people just, when I was a student, everything should be just the cheapest. But now when I'm transitioning to a working professional, and also I'm making more income than maybe previous years, then now I'm thinking like maybe I should just invest in something with a better quality. Maybe not the top and best quality. However, like middle range quality, middle range price would actually last longer. For clothes wise, that's also one of the standard I always fit. It's like, are these classic models or types? Can I actually have a multifunctional use of that? So when I'm looking at a coat, I don't just look at how pretty it is. I think about, can I wear it in the snow or in a rain or in a good day? And it should also go well with a lot of other clothes that I have. So I think if you're interested, I'm pretty sure there are a lot of information about classic series or classic items that you can get for clothing. So then I'm not gonna talk about something that which is not familiar for me. And the third one I was thinking about is, for example, I'll take my microphone for the podcast. I didn't know how long I'm gonna keep making my podcast. Maybe it was just a 1-year crush, right? And then maybe after a year, I feel bored and lose interest. So I didn't want to purchase like $100 microphone for my podcast. So in the beginning, Louis found me like a headset, almost like a moderator for the telephone lines. So it's like the headset with a microphone next to my mouth. So I used that for 30 episodes. So you probably have heard my previous episodes. Then of course the sound quality is different, but I said that at least I can start with something cheaper and I can start with somewhere. But after episode 30, I'm like, I can probably keep going with my podcast. I do like to do it. So then I search online to look for Blue Snowball microphone, which is more professional and a lot of YouTubers or podcasters use. Then I found this one for like $25, and I was a little skeptical because this person is really selling like a cheaper price, and they had all the boxes and manuals together. And then I kept asking, like, how many times have you used and why don't you want it anymore? So they don't have obligation to tell us the truth, but I think from my side, I can always ask them. So that person just told me that he tried to record something on a computer, but he just doesn't use it anymore. So they would like to sell it. So yeah, I'm actually using a $25 microphone, and I think I'll keep using it until it goes down with quality. But this one, so if I stop here in episode 60, I can actually resell the microphone, and maybe still for $25, right? Because like I have all the boxes, all the manuals, and all the packing materials are still there. So if I'm selling it, I can just let them know, it's like normal usage, and then it's like condition is great and all that. So when there is something that can be resold, we can think about the value of reselling it, and that might play into how much you're gonna pay for the thing. If it's only seasonal, you might be able to get some money back after you resell it. So tip number 4 is about the timing. So in a lot of countries, there are discount timings. For example, the sale. In the US, Black Friday is a big sale, and the time before Christmas is also a big sale. I think after Christmas, there's also a big sale. So then those are the occasions that we can actually stock up for something. For example, that next year that there's some birthday that you're gonna attend, and there will be some regular weddings that you're gonna attend. So I think gathering some of the things that you're for sure gonna use during sale time will be very smart. And also a lot of shops, stores, or even online shops, they have their discount price or sale time for their anniversary or just like special occasion like festivals and all that. So follow or subscribe for newsletters, and then you get notifications from those apps. I think that's a very practical way to do it. For me, I don't think I have that much desire to get a lot of things, so I don't really use this one that much. But for sure, there are things which are cheaper here in the US. For example, the chocolate or some of the food items, or even the clothes from Costco are way cheaper than in Taiwan. So before I go back, I might just ask my family, do you need anything that I can bring from the US? And so my mom usually asks me to get some cosmetics or cream, and for certain brands because it's more expensive in Taiwan. So I think checking out the sale time and the special occasions as well will really help us to save a lot of money. Tip number 5. Well, these are very basic ideas. I don't think I have that much to share because probably some of you already know, but I'm just listing it out here and for us to, brainstorm. If you know any great tips, please do leave me a comment or just let me know. I would love to learn from you how you save money. All right, so the practical ways I usually receive coupons. So, I am kind of a house shopper. I shop for a house. So then the supermarket will occasionally send me coupons on the things that I buy. And so I'll collect those before I go shopping. I'll kind of see what things I need and what coupons I have. So I make sure that I use the ones that I need. I think it's also very important to kind of be aware and mindful what we're actually using. A lot of coupons might be there. It's great. However, some of the things we might not need all the time. So for example, I got a book of coupons from a supermarket. It has a hair dyeing product coupon, but I'm already done with that phase, right? I don't want to dye my hair anymore. So then we don't have to use it. I think we only use the coupons as needed. And that's very important because it's not like, oh, there's a sale or there's a discount, we should just grab those things. Well, if I don't need it, I don't have to spend that money. And all those tricks for marketing is just, we need to put money into their stores. They want to make money out of us. So if we kind of break that cycle, then we become more conscious consumers. All right. And there's another way. Some of the apps will push coupons to you, or some of the stores will say, if you share this link or share this code to a friend, and you'll get more points. So for example, like I use a receipt scanning app. When I refer to friends, I will get a lot of points, and that points can turn into cashback or a gift card online. So I sometimes use that, but I just don't abuse that thing because sometimes it can be very business-like. So I don't want my friends to think like I'm just pushing something that I want to make the points out of them. I think it's really genuine. Like I want to refer friends, and I do that. So that's one way. And also there are websites. They will compare prices for consumers. So before you get things, I think we can all just check different websites to see. For example, if I want to buy something related to homes, then I might check Costco, I might check Bed Bath & Beyond, or I might check Ross or Marshall to see like how much they're actually selling, and then there could be some price range difference. And a lot of stores are actually doing price match in the US. So if you see the same product and they're selling more expensive, I know that Best Buy definitely does that. For example, if I'm buying a phone and I saw the exact same phone sold another shop, and then it's cheaper, so I can show that to Best Buy, and they will make that price match. So they will make the same price as the other shop is selling. So I think it's really helpful. The last tip I have for some of the practical way is like joining some of the groups. Either it's online or you talk to your communities. A lot of people kind of share information about how to save money. I know I've seen that on Facebook, like people are sharing when to fly back to Taiwan, because it's like, for example, November is super cheap to fly back to Taiwan instead of December. So I think having done that community and to check prices for each other and to get tips from all the members of the community would definitely help us to not just live in our small bubble, and also kind of get a communal knowledge. Yeah, so I've talked a lot. I don't know how long I've talked, but these are the 5 tips that I have to re-examine our mental state. And also the second one is the mindset before buying things. The third one is about quality and costs. The fourth one is the timing. I think shopping timing really matters. And number 5 were just some of the practical ways that I use in my life. And I really hope that I can also learn from the listeners, you guys. So if you have any other ways that you save money, please let me know. So if you like this episode, please do share it on your Instagram or Facebook or on your social media. Share it with other people and tag me at chaiwithping. I would love to hear from you. And if you like the show, please do give a star and a review on Apple Podcast. It will really means a lot to me. And all the details I've already put in the episode notes, so feel free to click it. I will see you next time at Chai Time. Bye guys! Thanks for listening to Chai with Ping. If you think someone will benefit from this episode, don't forget to share it with them. You can also follow us on Facebook and Instagram. If you like my show, you can buy me some chai with small donations. Details are in the episode notes. Till next time!